Hello and welcome. This is going to be a game in the HMS Minotaur, the Tier 10 British cruiser. It's not going to be a review game or anything like that, it's just going to be a fun game, a monster game that I play, and I wanted to show you guys how it worked out. So this is it. I'm not going to spoil it as far as damage and kills is concerned, but you'll see how the game pans out here, okay? So let's have a look at what's on the teams, okay? So the main thing I'm worried about, there's 2 North Carolinas on the enemy team and a Tirpitz, which is good because there's no tier 10 or even tier 9 battleships, which is obviously what the Minotaur fears. However, there is a Des Moines and a New Orleans, which can do some damage to this ship. There's also a Zhao, so we need to be careful of him as well, and a Prince Eugen even can do a lot of damage to us. The Charles Martel I'm not too worried about, and the destroyers, I'm going to eat them. So what my plan is here, I'm going to be aggressive because I see that there's no hard-hitting, heavy-hitting battleships on the enemy team. I always pretty much play aggressive in this ship anyway, but I'm going to rush in toward D, try and pick up any destroyer kills there that I can, and then we'll go about it from there, basically. So I'm using the cover here because I want to get in as close to the destroyers as I can. This ship has pretty good maneuverability, so you can usually avoid, you're never really going to die from torps. You might get hit by 1 or 2, but you should never really die from torps in this shit, unless, you don't spot them until you're perfectly side on. Of course you have Hydro as well, so you should be able to spot them earlier. So here we are just moving in. If you want to see what loadout I play in this ship, you can check out my other video, the review, that shows you the loadout, the captain skills and everything like that I use in this ship. So there's North Carolina there, but we're spotted, so now I know there's a destroyer here, and there he is. Fletcher, tier 9 destroyer, US. So we're just firing shots into him now. Fired those ones a little too far, he slowed down. He's fired torps, we activated Hydro just to see, and he's dead. Really easy kill, out the game so quickly. Now I'm going to take a torp here. In hindsight, I probably could have avoided this if I didn't shift so much to the right initially there, but we've got a heal, so it's not too bad. So I'm not spotted, so I'm just gonna, my plan here was to go into this guy's smoke, but then I get spotted. I'm like, whoa, North Carolina is rushing us. So we start to fire shots into him, we slow down, we don't want to give him an angle, so we turn back in, we smoke. He pretty much fails his shells on us, so now we start firing at him. He's got to get 2.8 kilometers, I think, to spot us. So I start swinging the ship around to prepare the torps, but he's giving us broadside now anyway. So we're just firing on him here. Doing some decent damage on him. So now I'm trying to swing the ship around to fire some torps. He's through a plane up though. So I fire the torps away. So we're going to start trying to hit his upper superstructure, because we can't pen his belt from this angle. It's firing away still. I know he spotted the torps because we took too long to kill the planes, unfortunately. Now I'm turning the other way. I was going to try and angle for my other torps. We assisted in the capture there. I believe that's the Bismarck on our team that's supporting us. Missed our torps. So we're not doing much damage right now, but I want this North Carolina down. He's still only 7 kilometers away, so I want him dead before this smoke ends, which is going to be in 20 seconds. This guy really needs to die, or he could cause us some pain. Even one volley. And insanely, he starts giving us broadside. So there's another 3,500, and he's dead. 2 ships killed. The only ships on the enemy team that have died to us. Our smoke expires, but it's fine. Look at that, the bows just completely soaked, damaged completely. So we're not going to fire on that North Carolina. We don't have an angle on him. We don't have smoke. It's just a pointless engagement. And there's a destroyer there, so we turn. Utilize. We start to fire, but we fail. Always underestimate the speed of Russian destroyers. And then he slows down, so we fail again. Keep putting shells in. So I think someone on our team is possibly radared. He's still seeing spotted, and he's dead. North Carolina's putting shells in. I try to turn and slow down to avoid them. Don't really avoid them. Torps coming in now. It was good that I slowed down because I ended up avoiding these. So I start going toward this North Carolina here in preparation for an engagement. And then I notice that he's kind of going away, and I'm like, it's not really worth it. Plus, I start to see our team's melting. We've lost all our destroyers. So I'm like, right, I really need to get back with the team. I'm not going to chase that North Carolina. So my plan now is to go toward B, toward where that Des Moines is, and try and support him. Or Des Moines. Plus he's trying to kill an enemy Des Moines, which is great because that's one of the ships that count as us here. And the enemy Des Moines dead. So they just lost another 2 ships there. They lost the Des Moines and they lost a... oh no, they just lost... It was just the Des Moines. So 4 ships dead on the enemy team. I've killed 3 of them. So there's incoming fire on this Des Moines. There's a New Orleans there, 21 kilometers away. Zhao, 17 kilometers. Pretty much full health. We'd like to take him out. He's wrecking our Des Moines as well, so we need to help that Des Moines. I don't want to fire just yet though, because I've got a bad angle and I want to get closer in before I actually start to fire on him. Which is risky because he has 10k torps, which go pretty quick. But I'm confident we can avoid his torps if need be. So we go into battle here. I'm almost... And the Des Moines starts taking heavy damage suddenly. There's a Prince Eugen on him and a... New Orleans, and he's dead now. The Cyclone started as well. So the Zhao starts giving an angle and then he turns back, but it's too late. We're going to fire some torps here. I've got a feeling he's going to turn back in, you see, to fire torps at us. That's why I fired them that way, even though he wasn't moving that way. So we start shooting at the Zhao now. And we smoke. Now I'm conscious that I'm pretty much alone here, apart from the Bismarck that's behind me. So I'm not going to go out this smoke. We start turning toward him just in case he fired torps. We have our hydro up so we can spot his torps if he did fire them. And we hit him with 2 torps. Now look at the damage counter. It's just continuing. He doesn't repair the flood. I'm guessing he didn't repair it because the Des Moines must have set him on fire and he repaired that. He has the torps. Spotted them well early. So we start to push forward now. And there's the Zhao. Fourth kill of the game. We turn in here, we avoid those torps. Now I'm aware this North Carolina's got to be pretty close as well now. So we start going in toward the cap, because I'm like, we've got more ships than us, we really do need a cap. We just lost another ship, there's only 3 of us left now. Bismarck, Hippa and myself, and the Hippa is away from me in the Bismarck. And I'm sure the Tirpitz and the New Orleans were up that way, so he's probably in trouble. So we start going in toward B, just watching for anything that's there. I decide to fire torps here. I can't see anyone, but I've got a feeling they're roughly going to be around there, but I haven't really got an idea. And there is a spot on the Prinz Eugen, so in hindsight that was a bad torp. We start firing on him, and most people would have went in toward him, but having just fired my torps, I'm not going to go near and take his torps. So I start to turn away from him, which is bad because I gave him an angle for a bit there, but I was betting on that he had HE loaded. He didn't, of course, but he failed with his first salvo anyway, so we didn't really take any damage there. So backing away from him, he's just going bow on. I know what his plan is. He's going to go bow on and try and get us with his torps, but I'm just firing into his superstructure. I can't pen his bow, so I'm firing into his superstructure. We take a hit from the Tirpitz there, pretty big damage, citadeled us, and we say, what the heck, we're going to turn in, fire torps, otherwise we're going to die here. And then start to fire, turn away again, angle again. So this Prinz Eugen is taking a fair bit of damage, even though we're just hitting his superstructure. We have smoke, but I don't want to pop it yet, because he'll just torp us into the smoke. I want to try and kill him. Plus, we're not spotted by the Tirpitz anymore. He's still firing AP and it's bouncing, so that's good. And there he's dead. 5th kill of the game, there's the Kraken. Torps roughly going where the Tirpitz was, but I was quite shocked that none of them hit. 115,000 damage at this point. So it's 2v4, and the Tirpitz at least was on pretty much full health. And I'm seeing it this random Bismarck, I'm like, it's me and you, Biz. Trying to get him hyped up. So I'm going to go into board B. We need a cap, because otherwise they'll just let it tick down. So I'm going to use the cover of this island to hopefully hide from that Tirpitz. I've still got 2 smokes, I've still got 1 repair, I'm on 15k health, I've got a hydro still as well. I'm in fairly decent shape for late game. However, they have some decent ships as well, in decent shape as well. New Orleans, 30k health, yeah. So I start firing on him. I angle away. Confederate metal pop, we citadeled him once there. Now we turn in here. You might think I'm crazy for doing this. You might think I should have smoked and hid. In hindsight, I probably should have used the island for cover. But I definitely wasn't going to smoke because he would have radared. So there, 13k damage we hit him for, and the Bismarck hit him strong as well, so we finished him off. So they've got 3 ships, we've got 2 now. We're doing a cap on B, but they're doing a cap on C. And I can tell by the cap speed there is more than 1 ship on C, because they are capping C quicker than we are capping B. In a second here anyway, you'll notice. And I tell the Bismarck, turn around, because I've got a feeling they're going to push through C and try and come here. So I'm going to use this Cyclone to my advantage here. They can't see me unless they're 8k. My detectability is 9k anyway. But I'm slowing down and waiting for this cap before we leave. So we secured the cap. Just looking there, see if we can see anything. I was judging the range as well, because I want my torps to go right up to the sea edge. And I slow down here. The reason I slowed down is because I don't want to push out there yet, but I want to fire both sets of torps. So I slow down and then turn to angle my ship to the other direction and fire torps. I've seen a ship there pop, and then he went back in. I think it was from the plane he got spotted, the Biz. We fire our other torps, and then we get spotted. And I'm wondering where we get spotted from. Then I notice there's North Carolina there, so we smoke up. He wasn't quick enough on his draw, it seems. He hit us pretty strong there, though. So we start firing on the North Carolina. High caliber popped. So look, shot Charles Martel's there. We start firing on him. He's low, 7k, but there's 2 pretty much full health battleships here. Remember, our Bismarck was on about 30k, I believe, so I'm not holding out here. I was thinking we'll probably lose, but we'll go down fighting. But look at my torps. Tirpitz eats a torp there. Flooding. I'm feeling my shots on this Charles Martel a bit. North Carolina's closing into us, but I'm just concerned about getting this Charles Martel down. Tirpitz eats another torp. And now we're putting shells into this Tirpitz. But I noticed the North Carolina's getting ridiculously close now, and I'm like, he's going to detect me soon, he's going to detect me soon. But I'm firing still on this Tirpitz because we've got a good broadside. North Carolina's on me now, so I'm like, right, I need to hit him now. My torps have reloaded. In hindsight, I shouldn't have went forward as quick as I did here. I should have fired the torps in single spread. And I would have been safer against this North Carolina. So we pull out the smoke. I don't know why that guy didn't blind fire us though. He could have easily done it. We put our back to him here because we can survive a hit from him at this angle. We still have a repair. We fire torps. I'm going to fire one wide and one close. We turn back away. He fires. And he misses pretty much everything. 4 torps on him, 50,000 damage. A few hits into him, dead. That's 8 ships destroyed now. And we start firing on the Tirpitz. And this is the spectacular end to the game here. We end up winning. 9 kills, and here is the conclusion to that monster game. We got 709,000 credits, 7,400 experience, 300 free experience. We got a Confederate, a Dreadnought, a Kraken, and a High Caliber. We did 427 target hits, 8 torpedo hits, 3 planes shot down, 9 ships destroyed, only 3 Citadel hits though. Team score, we came top on the team, 3,300 base experience. Detailed report, 49,000 to the North Carolina, 38,000 to the Tirpitz, 30,000 to the Zau, 28,000 to the New Orleans, 16,000 to the Eugen, 13,000 to the Fletcher, 7,000 to the Charles Martel, 5,400 to the Uloy. Credits and experience, we of course have a premium account. We earned 709,000 credits with the premium account. We did 245 spent credits, which was 162,000 on service. I've got 10% less. Ammo resupply 38,000 and consumables 45,000, netting us a profit of 463,000 credits. I'll just show you a quick scan on the bonuses that I had there. Nothing major. Even without a premium account, we would have come out with 220,000 credits there profit, which is amazing in a tier 10 ship. So yeah, that's the game. Hope you enjoyed that.